Hello. Don't mind me. I'm just gathering something that came in the mail today. Hello. Cheers. I know. I've gotta tidy up this desk. I do. I know. But at the moment, I was still working on VIC-20 assessment things. No. This is a funny monitor. I like it. Not so big, not so small, just, not bad. But you have to push the power button twice. Let's see if this VIC-20 is still working. Well, oh, of course, it will not work if the power supply is not plugged in. And I would not leave the power supply plugged in. There we are. I would not. Oh. 2 sets of headphones. Cool. I will set things over here. Excuse me. And this deoxit, the thing that saved this Commodore radio, that is not made by Commodore. Let's test it out while we're here, before we get to our main thing. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Gotta put the antenna down. Don't want to kill the antenna after all these years. Even though it is not, it's Commodore, but it's not Commodore, if you understand what I mean. And then I found this thing. And I got a box. It's some kind of night light, alarm clock, something. I don't know. I don't even remember getting this. Anyway, I'm just going to set this in this box for a second. The box is up here. What I am here to talk to you about is good packing. If you are shipping something, because I got something in the mail today that I can safely say was not well packed, when the front of a 1541-2 is not attached anymore, and I find the lever separated from the drive. I'm hoping it will still fit it and work, maybe, possibly. It's not good packing. Okay. Still goes on. So I'll leave that here. Basically what I have got here is a box. And in between these devices is paper. That's it. That's all paper. Now, so far, this 1541 looks a lot better. I got no room, than this one. But anyway, basically, here we have paper. Paper, paper, paper. Surrounding all these things. Now here's a very yellowed Commodore 64. It's missing a key, and looking at it, I don't think the key was part of the damage inflicted during shipping. I don't. Because, oh look, here's a little something else, kind of like bubble wrap, kind of. There's a manual. Now this is great. This is just dandy. Now this is for sure, well, I don't know if it happened during shipping, but there was a hole in the box. The box was barely sealed together. Here's a Commodore 64 power supply. The corners are broken off. The cord is showing copper right there. I don't know if that happened during the shipping or if it was already just screwed. Probably it was just screwed, but the corners broken off. They look pretty fresh. Yeah. Not good. I'll set that there. I don't think I'm brave enough to plug it in. Let's see. Oh, look. More paper. What is this? It's a sacrificial piece of paper with the name of who I got this from, or the business card. I don't think they deal too much with computer stuff. I don't. Well, this is a good sign. Here's a power supply for a 1541-2. It does not look like it has been ruined in shipping. Oh, here's some more sort of, kind of, you know, it's bubbly stuff. Oh, there's another power supply for 1541-2. It's probably okay. Well, what do we got here? Here, ooh, it's a Radio Shack thing to switch between the TV and between the game. That could be handy. And of course the Commodore cable that would go with that. This box, you know what else about this box? It's really, it's thin, really thin cardboard. I'm lucky if all that happened is the 1541-2 got in trouble there. What do we got? Oh, serial cable, a bag with a joystick. Oh, and a missing key from a Commodore 64, which actually looks like a replacement because it's not so yellow as the others. Oh, anyway, this box is, you know how sometimes you say, hey, that might be a good box. Well, it's not a good box. It's too thin, and it's very lucky that not a whole lot more damage got done. I think I'm just going to put all of this packing stuff in here. Maybe I'll just send most of that to recycling. Perhaps I will. A book. I thought I had some books. Well, maybe not there. Oh, good. Well, I think just because I can, and it's close by, everything that came with this, I'm just going to set in the top of this box. That's other stuff. Okay. So here we have a Commodore 64 that is yellow. I'm going to set that down for a second. Now, just because the front of this is popped off, it does not necessarily mean that the drive is dead. It does look like certainly one of the little things that would grab this to hold it in place is not there. So let's see. Anyway, I'm going to set those things down there, and I'm looking around here. Yes, over here, close to my Commodore non-Commodore radio, is a power supply. Now, this is a power supply that would have come with a Commodore 64, not with a Commodore 64, it would have come with a 1764 RAM expander for a Commodore 64. For it is essentially a 128 power supply with the end for Commodore 64, because the regular power supply had no chance of handling the RAM, or the power requirement of the machine with the RAM expander. So I haven't tested this yet. I can't seem to get, I see. I'm going to plug it in. At least I think I'm going to. Oh, it's a little close together. Oh, come on, baby. What is going on here? Oh, no. Do I have it the right way? What is going on here? Oh. I have never had, oh, I see. The ground plug is a little twisted. Oh. Alright, let's try that again. We're in. Okay, that's a good sign. We're in. Anyway, it's not time to test the 1541s. So this essentially is a 120 power supply. Note the end is round. It has all the pins. It will fit in a Commodore 64 with great joy. I'm just going to flip this on for a second. Well, it lights up. So it's possible that this 64 was not damaged on this trip. Now, I'm going to turn the switch 20 off. I have this 5-pin cable connected to the VIC-20, which is hooked up to the monitor, and I would like to think that if I put this in to the 64, I'm a little shaken, I'm kind of irked by this. I would like to think that if I put this in the 64 and I turn it on, that I might see something. Oh, okay. Look at that. Okay, so it seems the 64, besides being missing a key, of which there is a replacement in a small bag, there's hope. There's hope that it works. And I suppose even the 1541s might work. Anyway, I have done some videos in the past unpacking things, and see, I have shipped like monitors which are delicate, and that I'm thinking, oh, I really don't want to ship this thing, but I ship it. I've shipped monitors to the Northwest Territories, but the secret is I get tons and tons of bubble wrap, and I go round and round and round in various directions, so that it almost ends up being kind of like one of those Mars lander things that they dropped onto Mars way back when, that used a whole bunch of balloons as a way. I'm sure they slowed it down some other way, but when it hit, there were all these balloons it was wrapped in, so it would kind of bounce and take its time and get down there. Because, you know, look, when things get shipped, they could get tossed. They're jostling around in a truck, but they could get tossed. I mean, I'm lucky that this all wasn't dead. Very lucky that this was not dead. And I will ponder, after I check it all out, if I should reach out to the person I got it from and say, good packing job. Way to go. I'll think about it. Anyway, I'm glad the 64 is working. And you know what? I should be able to tell you. Is it a 64C board? I believe it is. That's the one with the evil Super PLA, or whatever they call it. And I was going to tell a story. I was in Sigh Electronics in Toronto the other day, and I saw, oh my lord, it was a 64-pin socket. It was magic. I was like, that's what I need. So not only did I get one of them, I got two of them. And I brought them home, and guess what? Width-wise, it's okay. The pins, though, are much closer together on the Super PLA, and it's useless. Even if, like, they're just too close. All the way through, they're just too close. So there's nothing I can do with this, except, of course, save the receipt and take it back to Sigh Electronics. That is all I can do. What is that evil little bug? Anyway, so I, at some point, yes, I do need to find a Super PLA socket, but it was not the other day at Sigh. Not that Sigh doesn't I got the, where'd it go? I got this. Deoxit, and now the radio is magic. Rudy tells me it's good for all kinds of things, like putting a little spritz into sockets and things and such. And I have not tried it, but I'm sure it is. Unfortunately, I did find at Sigh that their actual socket selection was less than what I had seen before. And I'm still looking for a socket for a RAM chip for a pet, because I've got one. I've got to finish up a project there. I've got lots of projects. But anyway, I'm going to go to one of their other stores. Maybe I'll go online, see what I can find. But I need a 28-pin socket for a RAM chip. This was the chocolate pet that somehow had been infected with chocolate, and the sockets were saturated. And I've got most of it taken care of, but not all of it. So I got to get back to that. But I got to get the socket. Anyway, so long and the short of it is, if you are shipping something, use lots of bubble wrap. And then with the extra spaces, you know what I've sometimes used? Empty water bottles. They're squishy. They're strong. They will take a little hit. Also, styrofoam. Like if I do take a monitor or anything and I wrap it up really tight, there's extra spaces, and I have some styrofoam. And yeah, the little things are fine, but also just big, straight things. Stick it down the side. Stick it down, like fill in the space with extra absorbency. But ultimately, make it so that if the monitor didn't even have a box, and it was wrapped up in bubble wrap, that would probably be okay. But don't ship it like that. You got to put it in a box. Anyway, I feel thankful that the 64 is working. Although, this power supply, I think it was dead ahead of time. Note the shiny copper wires. It may be okay, but I'm certainly not going to do that. And I don't feel like just sticking some electrical tape on there. I don't. And the fins are broken. I mean, cosmetic. I mean, if it works and I can, do stuff to fix up the wire, great. It really, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if this didn't. Like, there's a hole in this box. It almost looks like this has been grinding along the pavement somewhere, the way it's worn down. Even with these corners broken, it wouldn't even make a good. I heard a fellow talking about how his friend used these things to line his garden, or put around flowers. But the thing's broken. It's not even good for that. And I have no doubt, just where it was located in the box, this stuff happened during shipping. So, anyway, and by the way, if you do stuff with eBay and PayPal and stuff, all it takes, like if I didn't do eBay on this, but if I had, I'd just send a quick note to eBay and PayPal, and they'll just say, fine, you don't have to pay. we're going to refund your money. Have a good time. Just like that. They say that they're on the seller side, but generally they're on the buyer side. Anyway, overall, well, now I've got more things to check and more things to test. Maybe this drive works, and maybe it doesn't. Anyway, but the 64, I'll leave here to kind of burn in, hopefully not burn up. It's nice to test out this power supply. I will, of course, clean it up some. If I was brave, I would test this power supply. I'm not that brave. Perhaps not that stupid. Perhaps. Anyway, what I need to do now is I need to move this machine. I love this machine very dearly. I got it from a dear friend who is no longer with us. But at this moment, I need to clear it. This is not a big table. And I need to do what I've said over and over and over is work on something, sort it, figure it, clear it off, move on. So, that is what I need to do. And I will see you again. Hopefully soon. And we'll see what happens with this 64 and these drives and countless other things. So, I sign off from the box room, where the hoarding, well, I don't like to say it continues, but it's still, I've got too much stuff here. And I got to go through stuff, and I got to get rid of stuff. So I'll just do it like they do on the news. From the box room, David Bradley. Back to you at the desk. Oh, well, I'm back at the desk here. Thanks for sending that back, Dave. We'll move on to our next story. But that, of course, is another story. So, until we meet again. Bye for now.